Hey guys, Chris here, CaribbeanPot.com. Thanks for joining me in the kitchen today. A quick recipe. I'm going to try to be as quick as I can with this recipe because I didn't really plan on posting this again. I already have a video before, but a lot of you have been requesting some more info on this recipe. We were out last night. I mean to say we came home about 3 o'clock this morning, so I'm a bit scruffy. I don't have time to shave or anything. I do apologize. The recipe today is for peas and rice, or rice and peas, Jamaican style. Last night, the people 2 tables over were enjoying the rice and peas with their oxtail, and I had a craving for it. So today I thought I'd make some rice and peas with my curry goat. And while at it, I recall people asking for a video tutorial on making rice and peas. So here we go, guys. We're going to make some rice and peas, or peas and rice, whatever you want to call it. A lot of love, a lot of goodness in this recipe as usual. Remember, above you're going to see the subscribe link. Click on subscribe. You're going to get all the latest videos sent directly to you. Below you're going to see where you can leave me your comments, and as well as give me the thumbs up. I appreciate it, guys. And here is what I'm going to walk you through today. Peas and rice. I've got that nice habanero pepper sitting in there just for some flavor. But peas and rice, guys, here we go. Let's quickly run through the ingredients, and I do apologize for the lighting. It's fairly dark outside, so I'm not getting any natural light in the kitchen today. But these are the ingredients here, guys, for making the peas and rice, or rice and peas, whichever you want to call it. And in the bowl here, I've got 2 cups of long grain brown rice. I've never used white rice for this, so I can't comment on using white rice. I know it cooks a lot faster than brown rice, so please try and stick to the long grain brown rice. I've got here 1 medium-sized onion, 3 cloves of garlic. We've got some fresh thyme, maybe about 3 sprays of fresh thyme just below, and I think I crushed it. I've got some scallions, a couple scallions, green onions, spring onions, I'm not sure how you call it. We're going to need some black pepper, so I'm going to maybe use about 1/4 teaspoon of fresh ground black pepper. Some coconut milk. This here is maybe about 1/2 cup of coconut milk. And I'm going to be cheating today. I'm going to be using canned red kidney beans. Traditionally, when this is done on the islands, especially Jamaica, they usually cook the dried beans. They soak it overnight, and then they cook it for a couple hours, and then they add the rice to it. Today we're going to cheat to make things a little bit faster. I've got here 1 can, and that's 540 milliliters or 19 fluid ounces of red kidney beans. We're also going to need some salt. And now what we're going to do, we're going to start off with about 3/4 tablespoon of salt, and as it cooks you can add accordingly to your taste. The other thing we're going to need here, guys, is some water, and once I get this going I will tell you exactly how much water we will need for this rice and peas. I'm just going to pull your attention away to the right a little bit, and this is what I'm going to give you guys a peek what I'm going to be eating my rice and peas with. And here I have some curry goat simmering away. I'm just going to allow that to cook down so it's be nice and tasty and tender. I want it falling off the bones. So here we go, guys. Next step, we're going to put everything together and start cooking the rice and peas. In a fairly deep saucepan or pot here, I have heating on a medium heat. I'm going to add 1.5 tablespoons of vegetable oil to the pot. And what I want to do now, we're going to be adding the garlic, the onion, as well as the scallions or spring onions into the pot. Just going to give it a quick stir. And the whole idea here, guys, is not to brown anything, but to allow it to sweat. So what you want to do is turn down the heat to a low heat or so, and let this simmer away, let it cook for about 3 to 5 minutes until the onion and garlic and everything is nice and soft. At this point I'll also add the thyme to the pot, sprigs and everything. It was washed. If you want to remove the leaves off the thyme and put it directly in there, you can do so. But all I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the actual stalks when it's all done cooking, and this way I get the flavor from the stalks of the thyme. I'm also going to add the fresh ground black pepper. Again, give it a quick stir. The whole idea here is to release the natural oils and flavors from the garlic, the onion, the thyme, the black pepper, And something I forgot to mention earlier, but it was in the on the board here when I was showing you the ingredient list. I've got some ground allspice, and I'm just for a little kick, I'm just gonna add just a little sprinkling in there, nothing much, just to give it an extra layer of flavor. Allspice is one of those things just about every dish in Jamaica seems to have, and by all means, if you like allspice, add it in there. If you want to try it, add a little bit. It will give the peas and rice a unique flavor. So we're just going to allow this now to sweat down, cook for about 3-4 minutes, and then we're going to get to the next step. I believe I've shown you this before in previous videos, but I'm just going to repeat the steps so you guys who have never seen the videos before to follow along. In the sink here, I have a fairly deep bowl. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to toss in the rice in there. I already gave it a quick look to see that there's nothing foreign in there. Sometimes you may find some black pieces of rice and stuff like that. I already removed it. And what we want to do, guys, is to cover it with water. And what we're doing now, we're going to be washing the rice. If we add this rice directly to the pot, there'll be a lot of grit and sort of white starchy stuff. It's going to change the texture and taste of the dish. So using your hands, all you want to do is grab the rice and give it a gentle rub, like this, and keep going. And you'll notice, look, if you notice right now, you'll notice the color of the water has changed. All of that impurity would have gone into the dish. So all we're going to do, drain that out, and we're going to repeat it. We're just going to keep repeating this, like the same action again. Wash and drain. And you probably got to do this about 4 times until the water is pretty much runs clear. This is an indication that the rice has been washed cleanly. The onion, garlic, thyme, black pepper, everything has been cooking gently for about 4 or 5 minutes. I've gone ahead and I've washed the rice, and all I'm going to do now is add the rice to the pot and give that a quick stir as well, because we want to pick up all those flavors from the bottom of the pan. I do apologize for shaking the camera there. I'm working in very tight spaces here. Then we're going to add, and I've opened up the can of red beans. I've drained it all out because I don't like that thick sort of water it's packed in. I'm going to give that a stir. I'm going to drop in that pepper in there. I'm going to add the coconut milk. Then we'll add the salt. Give that another stir. And now we're going to top it up with water. And we're going to start off with 2 cups of water. Give that a stir. And from experience, I can tell it's going to need a little bit more water. So in total, we're going to use 2.5 cups of water, as well as that ½ cup of coconut milk. I'm going to give that a wicked stir. Then I'm going to bring that up to a boil. I'm just going to put the lid on there and bring that up to a boil. After it comes to a boil, we want to turn it all the way down to a gentle simmer. And you'll notice that this recipe, you're probably thinking, if you're accustomed to cooking rice, I'm using a little less liquid than normal because I like it to be grainy. So what we're going to do, we're going to cook this gently now for at least maybe about half an hour. But as we go, I'm going to show you exactly and tell you how much time has been gone. The rice now has come up to a boil, and now I have it here on a big burner. So what I want to do, I'm going to transfer the pot over to a smaller burner where I can control the heat a bit more. So I have it there on the small burner. I'm going to turn it to like a medium low on a small burner and allow that to gently cook. The whole idea is to cook the rice so it becomes grainy and not burn off all the water, so you don't have to add any more liquid to it. Guys, the other thing is I added the habanero pepper whole into the rice here. That's because I don't want to get the heat from the pepper, but I want to get the flavor from it. A lot of people would be using a Scotch bonnet pepper or something like that. That is also great. But the whole idea here is to get the flavor from the pepper and not the heat. If you want the heat, by all means, burst that pepper open and you'll get the heat. Trust me on that. So I'm just going to allow that to gently cook now for about 20 to 25 minutes with the lid on. And I'm going to stir it every 5 minutes or so. If you notice that the liquid is drying up, well, I mean to say there's nothing you can do but to add a little more liquid to cook the rice. So I'm just going to allow that to cook, and we're going to jump back when it's almost done to show you guys exactly where we're at. And here we go, guys. It's been about 25 minutes now. All of my liquid has all dried down. The rice is nice and plump. The flavors from the garlic and the onions and the thyme, everything is infused into this rice. The coconut milk did wonders to add in that extra layer of flavor to this. Peas and rice, guys, it's so simple to make. If you have any questions, leave it for me in the comment section below. Remember, above you're going to see the subscribe button. Click on that. It allows you to get all the latest videos as they get published. Additionally, what I'm going to do is I have a written recipe for this rice and peas for those of you who would much prefer to have it printed out. In the comments, or no, in the description field below, I'm going to have a link for that. Click on that link. It's going to take you to CaribbeanPot.com where you'll find this recipe. Peas and rice, one of the most tasty rice dishes coming out of the Caribbean. I mean, they say my Trini people would say pilau is probably the best rice dish, but hey, that's up for the debate, and that's not what we're here for. We're not here to debate or anything like that. Enjoy the recipe, guys. Chris here at CaribbeanPot.com. Thanks for joining me in the kitchen today. Have a great day.